A lot of people choose to proceed to college because of various reasons. Most of them want to get a degree as they believe they will get to secure a high-paying job in the future. However, not the same quality of education is available to all people, and not all college degree holders earn high or are able to secure their yearned high-paying job. With unfortunate circumstances like this though, doesn't mean that these people who don't earn a lot of money will never get wealthy in the future. Hi! Welcome to Grayson Finance. For today's video, we're going to talk about how to build wealth with a low income. There are two things to consider whenever you're planning to accumulate wealth: income and savings. Income will be able to boost your wealth through the money you make, and your savings is dependent on how much money you spend on expenses. Living on a low salary means you need to be extra diligent to be able to save more money. Your chances of getting rich are actually pretty high, even if you do have a low income. However, wealth accumulation would need to follow vital steps to ensure that you will be able to achieve financial success in the future, even with a small salary. Number 1. Set your goals wisely. Regardless of how big or small your earnings are every year, without a wise financial goal, success may be a little hard to achieve. When you establish a goal, you will be able to map out in detail the road to achieving it. Mapping out in detail saves you a lot of time from going on to your journey with an uncertain path. The goals you set for yourself should also serve as a motivation for you to succeed. But even if you do establish goals for yourself, you may still not succeed in reaching them without knowing secrets that will greatly increase your chances in the achievement of all of your goals. This secret way to establish a goal successfully is that your goal should be specific, realistic, achievable, quantifiable, and timely. Since you have a low income, a specific financial goal that you can establish for yourself can be something like to be able to save $5,000 and invest them all within a year by means of establishing monthly contribution together with a money manager. It is of great importance that your goal is able to live up to the characteristics mentioned for you to be able to establish a good goal and have increased chances of achieving financial success. Number 2. Start early. You may brush off wealth accumulation as something you can always start later. Thus, you procrastinate instead of taking action now. We tend to make financial changes in the latter days of our life just because we don't see the need to do it in the early day. This, however, is a bad habit. A low-income earner's key to success is their time. You should never waste time and procrastinate building your wealth, as well as spending your money carelessly now. Contrary to what you may believe, you don't have all the time in the world in wealth accumulation. When you don't start as early as possible, the road to building your wealth is tougher than when you start early. Start your journey in wealth accumulation as early as now. Begin implementing money-saving habits in your life, spend as little as possible, and always go by good financial principles every day. Step number 3. Build your budget and stick with it. Regardless of how much you earn, everyone needs a budget to have. Everyone who wants to succeed financially should know how important it is to have a budget. Sadly, more than half the people in the US don't have one. With this, over 75% of people are also living paycheck to paycheck. Given that you are a low-income earner, you need to strictly implement a budget for every expense and savings in your life for you to be able to have a high chance to achieve your financial goals. There are a lot of advantages if you have a budget. First, you will be able to monitor your progress towards your goal. Second, you can have control over your finances. And third, you'll be able to have a sense of control over financial management, which will help you be aware of your financial state and help you make good financial decisions. Number 4. Just because you're living a frugal life doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. As you are a low-income earner, it is inevitable to be extra diligent to be able to make your wealth grow. Living a life like this, however, doesn't mean that it will be a life full of boredom. You can always live a good life while still saving a good amount of money. You can always indulge yourself in entertainment that would not cost that much for you. For example, spending time with loved ones or watching Netflix. These kinds of entertainment offer much more happiness through good memories than indulging yourself in short-lived happiness by buying expensive items. Always remember that because you earn a low income, you need more effort in handling your money, and you can do this while still being happy and entertained. Number 5. Eliminate high-interest debts. Spending a lot of money monthly paying debts is a heavy obstacle to face if you wish to become rich while earning a low salary. It is recommended that your money saved from budgeting your everyday expenses should go to your savings and be invested in most situations. However, paying down debt is ideal. The average credit card interest in 2019 was 19.24% annually. In the market, earning this return is very much an unlikely thing to happen. This situation makes it not ideal to leverage the power of the stock market to make your wealth grow. Instead, paying down high-interest debt is much more suggested. Interest payments can be a truly heavy burden for you. Back in 2019, $8,037 was being paid annually by an average American for interest. While some interest can be justified, like let's say student loans or mortgage interest, some interest can actually be avoided by you, and the cash unlocked can be used for investments for wealth accumulation. To avoid these unwanted debts, the first thing you need to do is to ask yourself why you have this debt. You need to understand where this debt problem is coming from to be able to implement good change. The root cause of debt should be known first before you can ever take action for it. Be it reasons like showing off to friends and colleagues or trying to appease or deal with your emotions, you need to be able to find what is causing your financial problems. After finding out the primary cause, these causes should be eliminated entirely, which involves eliminating bad habits. To eliminate the bad habits, there are quite a few effective ways you can try. Number 1. Don't add more debt. To do this, avoid spending on your credit cards or freezing them completely. Always think thoroughly before any purchase, and avoid spending most of your time at the mall to not expose yourself to temptations. Number 2. Always stay realistic in terms of income and spending. Having debt means you have a problem with your income or your spending. That means you need to start earning more money as well as spend less money. Number 3. Limit spending and expenses. You may need to cut out some things if you want to be able to pay your debt quicker. The things that you can possibly cut out are your restaurant spendings like Starbucks and gym expenses. Number 4. Make more money. If you earn more money, you will have more money available to pay your debt. This will make paying off your debt quicker, thus will eliminate your debt sooner. Number 5. Pay more than the minimum you're supposed to pay. If you pay your debt more than the minimum amount required, you will be able to lower the amount you're supposed to pay towards the interest. To sum it all up, you need to be able to eliminate your debt as soon as possible for you to be able to lessen the stress level that the debt gives, as well as allocate the money you're supposed to spend in debt into more beneficial things. Number 6. Make investments. While the previous steps are ways meant to establish a good foundation in your wealth accumulation ways, it is investing that will make the funds for you to be able to achieve your financial goals, and ultimately, for you to become rich. If your strategy is to just save and save money until you have a 7-figure amount in your bank account, it may take a lot of time to reach that goal and proves it to be ultimately ineffective. For example, if your earnings are $40,000 annually, with a savings of $5,000, it will take you 200 years to become a millionaire. Not to mention, there's inflation that will potentially add up to that estimated year. It's impossible for you to be able to live until the estimated year to become a millionaire. But there's a better solution. Investing is the key to getting a higher income. It will be a great tool in wealth accumulation as it relies on compound interest. Compound interest is when your interest earns more interest, which makes the amount of money you invested grow exponentially after a few years. The $200 you have now will not have the same value after a few years if you let it sit under a checking account or a safe. If you start investing the savings you have, however, your $200 will be worth more. If you're planning to invest, you can start in simple, easy ways. Number 1. Allocate money for investments only. You need money to invest. Thus, you will need a budget set aside specifically for investing. The amount of money you want to allocate for investing is up to you, but it is recommended that the more is better. Number 2, always do research. Before you invest money in the stock market or any other investment, make sure you do ample research first. You should always know about what you're putting your money into. Read about investment tips and research about the type of investment you're getting into. This way, you'll be able to be more informed and thus make more wise decisions related to investment in the future. Number 3, make an investment strategy. In investment, there are mainly 2 ways to go. Find a brokerage and invest it yourself, or make someone manage your investment portfolio for you. To be able to start investing money, it is necessary to choose one of these options. Number 4, decide how you will invest. Deciding where to put your investment comes next after you're able to open an account. The way you invest your money is dependent on how much risk you can take and how much time you have. If you need your funds sooner, you'll face lesser risks. Number 5, keep track of your investment portfolio. It is a must for you to keep track of all your investments. Keeping track is vital to know if you need to invest more or completely change what you were invested in. Number 6, practice consistency. If you want to use investing as a tool for wealth accumulation, it will take a long time for you to be able to achieve your financial goals. This means that you need effort consistently for years to be able to taste the sweet fruit in the end. Finally, our last tip, number 7, supplement your income. While it is possible to become rich even with low income, it will take a lot of time. If you're not too patient to wait this long, there are ways to speed up your journey in wealth accumulation. One way to do this is through supplementing your income. Supplementing your income may be in ways like working an additional part-time job, starting your own business, or beginning freelancing. If you want to be able to quicken the journey into success, you'll be able to do it if you fully implement these ways and tips. Thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, press like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to keep you posted on new exciting videos.